This content is brought to you commercial free by the people at Batman using Darth Vader's lightsaber to fight Jaws. You can join the Discord community through the link in the description. A short disclaimer is that while I do research each song that I analyze, these are still just my opinions, and if you happen not to agree with my opinion, that's fair. Just feel free to share politely, either here on stream or in comments. Today we'll be looking at Second Skin by the Chameleons. As a species, we talk about and have many stories of rebirth. Most often, rebirth is a spiritual journey that an individual takes, and no two rebirths are the same, so long as no two people are the same. However, could there be a linked theme within rebirth that everyone can recognize, that anyone could... Oh, sorry, that's a double. What if we had foreknowledge of our awakening to rebirth? In August of 1983, post-punk goth rock band The Chameleons released their debut album, Script of the Bridge, and from that album we find Second Skin, wherein Mark Burgess recounts the details of his awakening. Oh, that's the problem of using my phone. It was rainy and dark when it happened. Mark hears a voice telling him that grand fantasy is on its way, and such dreaming is in vogue. A timeless quality of rebirth or enlightenment in general is the idea that every person is ready to experience it. Think of how often you hear a friend's retelling of their own epiphanies and enlightenments. Mark was about to have his, brought on the wings of a familiar shadow, accompanied by a whisper. That's the slide that was supposed to be on that. When one reaches enlightenment, which can happen more than once in a lifetime, they recount all the details of their life before realization. Mark recalls his history and decides that this must be his enlightenment, remarking, "What they say is true." He describes his rebirth as the shedding of his second skin, a strong metaphor for the part of ourselves that we show to others, the skin we wear on top of our skin that we allow others to see. Mark says he shed his disguise, emerged from his cocoon as though the layers of public image that he was hiding behind were a means for his transformation, something he built up around himself only to claw his way out as an act of growth. It is here that the shadow speaks to him again. The harbinger of Mark's awakening shares a song that is vaguely familiar as the shadow himself. What follows are questions and designations. The shadow tells Mark that a miracle is due, though one might expect the miracle to be part of Mark's rebirth. The truth is only hinted at us through the dedication of the melody. The shadow asks, but is this the stuff dreams are made of? And Mark determines that if it is so, then it explains his feelings of floating in the air, the hallmark of enlightenment, as described countless times in human history. Burdens of humanity lifted away, leaving the self feeling weightless. The miracle brought about is not part of Mark's awakening, but instead is decided by Mark in the moment. He realizes that he is the miracle worker, and so his rebirth truly begins. As he says, it feels like I'm everywhere. Once his second skin had fallen off, he found himself to be boundless. Mark does his best to describe his awakening in a way that hopefully leads the listener to find their own enlightening experience. Something about the experience of missing out, of losing your way, or of seeing the larger image at the end of our journeys reminds us of our importance in reality, something you have to experience in order to understand what you have witnessed. It's only your second skin, Mark's realization, which he hopes for us to realize, that the image we show to others in order to get along is something apart from us that we have created to protect ourselves or to present ourselves safely. Once we abandon it, though it felt important, we may yet see that the real importance in our lives has to be created by us. We living beings are miracle makers, so go make your miracle. Thank you very much for watching, and thanks to Jay as Harley Q for suggesting the song. If you have a song you would like me to research, post it to my Twitch channel with your power chords.